And I'd love to get more advanced. And speaking about advanced, the first machine is certainly a state-of-the-art advanced machine. Whatever you want to create. Linda's just going through all the bells and whistles and details, and I'm going to let her do that. It's our blockbuster today, $12.88. You will also notice this one, we are giving you interest-free easy pays for as well. So you have 6 of them to take advantage of that one. This is for that special someone in your life. That much might be you, right? Linda, take us through this.
Hey, Wendy.
Hello, Linda.
Hello, everybody.
How are you? Let me give you a hug first.
Oh, yes, let's do that.
Let's get sewing.
Let's get sewing. You know what, this is, when I saw that we were going to have this machine on, I was so excited because this is going to take you to the next level. You've maybe got a smaller machine at home and you're like, I need to be serious. I need serious power. I need serious speed. This is a professional machine. It's the Memorycraft 6500. It sews at 1,000 stitches per minute. It's got 135 decorative stitches. It's got 7 different buttonholes for all of those professional projects you want to do. It has 12 different presser feet. We'll go over those presser feet. We'll see them in front. They come with a storage box, and it comes with this huge table that you see around the machine. It comes with just a soft cover because it weighs 35 pounds, the machine. So you aren't going to be taking it with you. You're going to leave it there set up in your sewing space, and you're going to leave it there and you're going to just cover it with the dust cover. It's almost kind of a geekish sewing machine because of the finite stitch adjustments that we can do on that. It has 71 needle positions, and you're kind of like, well, okay, why do I need 71 needle positions? I can drop the stitch exactly where I need it to be, and that's what's giving me all of these beautiful 135 decorative stitches, is because the needle, I'm going to try and go slow there, so you can see the needle just swings side to side. That's what gives you the decorative stitches. And so having 71 of them, and I can get these beautiful decorative stitches. And then on top of that, I have 4 alphabets. I have English. And I have the European with all the accent aigus and accent graves on the back side there. I have 4 different modes on the machine, and I'm just at to the end of this.
Sort of in awe at the advancements that sewing machines have. We're very limited on this specific style as well because it is an enchilada, and we have it for a fabulous price point for you. But look at the embroidery work this is doing. It's also quite quiet for a sewing machine.
It's a solid cast steel. So now you're going to watch and listen. That was the thread cutter. That cut my top and bottom threads. I pull that out, and it's all perfectly cut. So you can read that. Made just for you, Love Auntie Linda. Aww. So you can do your quilt labels. You can put, your names on your kids' clothes. You can monogram just about anything with this machine, and that's what's so cool about it. So now what I want to show you is I'm going to switch over to the straight stitch, and I want to show you the front of the machine. So if we're going to look at the front, you'll see that you've got a great LED screen that's telling you where you're at. It's going to tell you how much pressure you need. This is the other geek factor. You can adjust the pressure of the presser foot just so, and you want to do that when you're working with fine fabrics and when you want to work with heavy fabrics. It's telling you we've got the needle up position. It's going to tell us our stitch length and width, which presser foot to use, and you're getting 12 of those. This is your tension. You've got a really fine tension knob in the front that we'll see, and it shows me what stitch I've selected. And we're going to travel over here. This is my stitch width and my stitch length. I've got editing because I can do stitch combinations. You can do all that lettering, but you can also combine stitches. This, you're going to love this. This is an automatic bobbin winding motor. So I'm going to press this button, and if you can look up just a little bit, the bobbin is winding by itself, and I can actually run the machine while the bobbin is winding. And how I can do that, we're going to travel a little bit to the back of the machine so that you can see. And you can see that there's 2 areas where thread can go. And on the very, very back, I can actually have 2 cones of thread. So there's 2 big spool stands back here that come with the machine, so I can work with those big cones. So if you're a quilter and you're using big cones of thread, easily accommodated, I can keep 1 for my cotton threads, 1 for my rayon threads, and in this case I've got this one winding the bobbin. So I can have that running while my machine is running, no downtime trying to stop and wind the bobbin. This is awesome.
This is
having this.
super
And this is
smart.
because of the speed of the machine, 1,000 stitches per minute, that this is so great. Now we're looking at the stitch chart. Look at how great that is. So I can flip that chart. There's all my built-in lettering. It tells me what mode I need to be in to get that lettering. And then underneath are the numbers to reference that, and we'll show you that on the screen. And then I flip that, and then look at 135 different stitches and 7 different buttonholes. Really amazing for quilters, for garment sewers, for anybody who's really serious. The power that this machine has. And because of the solid steel base, I can sew just about anything. Okay, now we're going to go down the front of the machine just to show you down here so you can see that. There's your speed control. There's your thread cutter. So that's going to cut your top and bottom threads, your needle up down, your auto lock, and we've got our reverse button. This is that finite stitch tension, your needle tension dial. This little window here is your pressure gauge. So this is the geekish part. Like, you can adjust this pressure so fine. And sometimes you want to do that. You want to increase the pressure for heavier fabrics. But when I'm working with lighter weight fabrics, I want to lessen up the pressure. So I've got all of that. And then of course, we've got our built-in needle threader that everybody covets. And that's another reason
That's like one
why,
of the most
that's why you
important.
want a new machine, is so that you can get that needle threader.
I mean, how much time have people spent trying to thread the needle on the machine before the project starts?
Okay, so I'm gonna full out on this baby.
Okay, well, you do that. I'm going to read a fabulous review online. Solid, reliable, quality workhorse machine. So whether you are a first-time purchaser or it's time to upgrade, or as I know Linda knows a lot of sewing machine collectors out there. So a lot of you like to have more than one machine. I bought my machine in 2004, and it is my main machine, and I use it almost daily. I have had no issues with it and do take it in for annual cleaning. I love the needle up and down feature. It's the best. When free motion quilting, the speed control is indispensable. I put the speed low and hold the foot control down, so I only have to think about my hand motions. A great accessory and amazing stitches. Absolutely amazing. This is a wonderful, durable, reliable machine that you will soon find to be your mainstay too. Great reviews online, limited in what's available. Blockbuster today at $12.88 and 6 interest-free easy pays. It is really time, if you're someone that you've wanted to start sewing, creating, making, or even starting to, you know, seam up or fit up your own clothes or tailor some of your own clothing. There's so many things beyond just making clothing.
For sure. But with this machine, you're going to be making serious clothing, Wendy. You're going to be making those winter coats. We've got some winter coats on display there, but this is my favorite. Listen again.
I love that.
That's the thread cutter.
It's just the push of a button.
That's the thread cutter. And so I was sewing at 1,000 stitches per minute through the length of this heavy denim, just so you could see, and there was nothing. Like,
And you
still
went
kept
right into
talking.
like a chiffon.
And right into the chiffon.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to show you, the other piece of equipment that unfortunately is impossible to show you on the shopping channel because of the way the configuration of the table, is this is a knee lift. So this plugs into the front of the machine. Okay, and I lean on this with my knee when I'm sitting at my table, and I go like this. I do the little, I always do the little Suzanne Summers. And what that action does is it raises and lowers the presser foot.
Oh.
So you keep your hands completely on the fabric, and your knee raises and lowers the presser foot. So totally professional. Like, it's awesome.
This is like next level.
Next level. This has got to have, you know, you've been tweaking along on your smaller machine, and you still will take that to class, but this is going to take you
You know what,
to
Linda?
the
Even
next
a lot
level.
of students out there, if you have a child that's gone to school for, you know, fashion design, making
yeah.
their own clothes, maybe they've
Yeah.
been making Barbie clothes. This is something the whole family can use. Not only you can benefit, but the children can benefit from. And really learning together is unique. We have some amazing DVDs coming up in just a few minutes as well that takes fit and creating clothing to a very simple and easy level. And even though this machine seems very, you know, large and complicated, it's not.
It's not. It's still not complicated.
It's
What I'm just doing is I'm
user-friendly.
just changing out one of the feet so I can do some free motion for you. It is large. It was very, very innovative when it came out. The harp, which is this opening here, is 9 inches by 5 inches. And if you look at the size of this in comparison to the other machines we're going to have, this is absolutely massive. It's a steel base. It's solid steel base with this large extension table that comes with it in the box. You're going to be able to...
Did you hear that? The extension table
comes with it.
That's amazing. Everything you need is in this one machine. We're very limited on what is available. It is definitely an investment purchase, but it's an investment purchase that in the long run is actually going to save you money from the amount of things you're going to be able to create and make, and what that does for you, making something and how that makes you feel on the inside when you've created. I remember the first time I sewed with you and I created that pair of gloves.
How fun was that?
It was fun.
So
and
fun.
it made me feel, I was excited to give them to Carol Fish, and I was having so much fun making the pieces as well. So it does something for you mentally at the same time.
It does.
When you're able to kind of sit and do something like this, on top of making Christmas decorations, you know, mending your own children's clothing. Maybe you want a really beautiful leather jacket, and you can create it yourself for a fraction of the price.
And with this machine, you will be making leather jackets. You will be able to do upholstery with it because it is that heavy duty. Because of this steel base, because of this size. I can't stress that part enough. You are going to love it. And then you have that thread cutter. That awesome thread cutter, as I said, that knee lift that you're going to be able to use when you get it on your desk. The built-in lettering, the built-in, all the different decorative stitches, 135 different stitches. 7 different buttonholes, including the keyhole buttonholes that you want to use on your suits and jackets and things like that.
This is super smooth. This is unbelievable because I know I've sewed with you before. And what you're doing right now is typically not easy on a regular machine.
Well, because of the size and because of the size of the bed, and it's the speed. That's 1,000 stitches a minute. Easy, easy, easy. And as I said, the thread cutter. Well, there we go. We've done it. These are my little quilting patches. The table's not big enough to throw a whole quilt on it, but you so could because of that space. Like you can get a huge, massive quilt into that thing. And with the thread stand at the back that's built in. Sorry, Wendy.
No.
With the thread stand built at the back, you can get your large cones on it. Thank you. So you can keep your different weights of thread on there. You've got the thread chart. You've got the independent bobbin winding motor. So I can wind the bobbins while my machine is running. So I'm going to just in case you don't believe me. So I'm sewing and my bobbin is winding.
Oh, the bobbin's full.
The bobbin's full and it stopped when it was done. So this is serious. Like this is, you know, you're getting into more serious sewing. It comes with the 12 different presser feet. It comes with a very, very cool little box, which is down in front. So for your, for all of your decoratives, all of your different feet. And so you're not limited what you can do. You can do those tablecloths, you can do those drapes. It's going to be able to power through that. So this is the next level. This is truly the next level. And with those easy pays,
that's what I'm saying.
Gotta love that.
6 interest-free easy pays, because I know it is a substantial purchase, but we've brought it on a blockbuster for you. So we've already taken over $400 off the top. So we're making it a little bit more comfortable. And then 6 interest-free easy pays, it is that much more comfortable to finally get the machine that you've always wanted home. Think about all of the decorations you can create, all of the specialty items. I grew up with my grandmother making dresses for me, making hair pieces for me, like little bows and hair elastics.
That's so cool.
She made us jackets, everything from the tea cozies to the table runners. Like, you name it, she made it. And you wouldn't even think so. 'Cause I remember she'd show up and I'd be like, oh, I love your shirt. Oh, I just made it this morning. Excuse me? You just made it this morning? Like, to have that feeling, and once you start utilizing something like this, you will see this is going to be, you're going to wait to get home, or you can't wait to get home to start using this machine and just creating something different every single day, because it's literally going to do the work for you. It's just your imagination.
It's your imagination, and with all of the different stitches, what I've done is I pre-programmed for you so you can see this. I pre-programmed in a saying, and you've got the 3 different styles of fonts, and with the French or the European font, and see, it locks off, it knows when it's done. And I use my thread cutter, and then if I had my knee lift attached, I would be doing that, but there we go. Just like that.
So the knee lift allows you to not have to use the lift
So I don't
at the
have
back.
to raise, I don't have to go around and do this. The knee lift is going to do that for me. So hands totally free, press the little button, use my knee lift, and there we go.
I'm glad you just showed this because I was actually going to ask you about the lettering and if you can pre-program what it says.
Yes.
You know, think about, is someone
we're
getting
gonna-
married? Do you want to create the, I mean, my mind's going a mile a
Yes,
minute
thinking,
right
what
here.
can I put
You can make the
lettering on?
little ring bearer pillow. You can make, there's so many things beyond
Okay, I'm gonna put your name in. So what I do is I put my finger up here. So we've got a W, and it's got upper and lower case. I put that into memory, and I want an E, so I put in 41, and N in lowercase is 50. Put that into memory.
This is so
and I'll
simple.
show you where the memory is, and when I get to the last letter. So we've got D, and it doesn't have spell check though. No
So
spell
be-
check.
be certain.
So you will
Double check.
So if you want to come down here and look at the screen, so this is where the lettering is going in. So I'm keying in, I'm going to put in a letter R just so you can see. So there's the number R, and then I touch my memory button, and now I've got an R after your name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that cursor underneath the R, and I'm going to touch the clear.
To get rid of it. It was like, oops, I
To
made
get rid of it. The other thing I can do is I can program in the scissors. So see the little pair of scissors appeared?
Oh.
So at the end of your name, I just keep sewing, keep pressing on the pedal, and it's going to cut the thread.
Oh.
Then, I want to keep Wendy's name because I'm going to put it on everything. I'm going to put it on all your clothes for you. I'm going to make labels for when you go to camp.
Your kids' clothing, their
you-
lunch bags, their boots.
Yeah,
and
when you go
coats
off
and-
to camp, so I'm gonna do that. And so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna press my memory, and it's gonna go into my
So
memory
you can
bank.
literally, it's almost like a phone. It's like becoming.
Yeah. So now
you
I've
just
saved.
remember, you find it.
I've saved Wendy's name in there. So when I turn my machine,
So how many things can you save, or sayings, or names?
it's got a couple of memory banks per mode.
Oh.
So you can save them in there. So I've turned the machine off and on, and then I'm going to go to my memory. Oops, I got to go to back to my mode there, and then go to my memory recall, and there's Wendy. So we'll just lower.
There's a
press
power
button.
failure. No.
There's a power failure.
worries.
Yeah, it's saved into the machine.
Especially if you've
there.
created a whole sentence.
Well, I was actually thinking of typing in supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and I'm like, I don't even think I know how to spell that.
I just watched the Saving Mr. Banks yesterday, actually. I love that movie. It's really inspiring.
So there it is. So if you keep listening, automatically cut the thread, and then I would use my knee lift, raise the presser
Now
foot,
you've just monogrammed.
and there we've just monogrammed
Think
Wendy's
of that,
name.
even towels. Like if you bought a set of towels, you can monogram the towels for a special somebody as a gift. Like, I mean, my mind is going,
Yeah.
all the things
What
you
can
can
I-
create.
yeah. And then we
Amazing.
can just switch over to one of the other modes. So we're touching the mode button, and the mode is here on the screen so you can easily see it. And I'm going to go into, what mode are we going to go into? We're going to go into mode 3.
And there are how many different alphabets? You can do, like, this is printing, you can do handwriting or brush strokes.
Yeah, so it has handwriting, it has block, and then it has the European.
So you have different fonts as well as different
Yes.
languages. Or, like you said, the different lettering, like the accents and... $214.66 on interest-free Easy Pays. It is our blockbuster today. Over $400 savings for this amazing workhorse of a machine that is literally going to inspire you. It's going to burst your creativity. It is going to change the way that you can create and make things in your home.